Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Brandon, back again with Critical Failure. And I know these videos are a little late. I have been very busy for the past several days. Only had a couple hours sleep in the past 2 days, actually. And we're on the videos for the Bullywugs, the encounter specifically. So, not gonna lie, just with my mic in front of me. I'm not gonna write for this. I am gonna go completely off script. I've had a very stressful day. I just need a beer. So, hold on one second. The Bullywugs. Ever since Kyler Black, sorry, Harley's pulling it. Ever since Kyler Black did that post where he was talking about his Bullywug character, I've absolutely fucking loved it. I imagined like 3 different fucking scenarios for Bullywug. So I'm gonna try and create some stuff off the top of my head and see what bizarre concoction I can come up with. So let's see how this goes. So the very first one is going to be a basic encounter on how you would possibly see Bullywugs in general. So that needs to fucking stop. Sorry, it's my goddamn fire alarm. But the first encounter would be basically saying that you got ambushed by some Bullywugs as a low-level party, and there's too many of them for really some sort of fighting, and you are forced to basically do the normal captured and interrogated BS. So eventually your group will basically be forced to be shown all the weird shit that a Bullywug king or queen has been hoarding, and you gotta basically kiss a lot of ass to really be able to possibly leave. Maybe with the promise of more treasure, which you may or may not want to continue with and bring to them. You might be able to dazzle them with your magic prowess, basically a second or third level spell. You might be able to deceive your way out of it by saying that you are not worth really killing, that you could be much useful to them later. You could possibly do some sort of quest for them to ensure your livelihood, which may or may not backfire on you, and they might try to kill you anyways. It's up to the DM on that. But yeah, that, in my opinion, I imagine like some sort of like swampy type of backwoods type of bullshit. Just drop like a multi-tool. And I'm imagining like in swampland, there's like wooden boards just in a foot, half a foot off the water, to which you're like walking across and stuff, in which you can of course hop and like move through water and stuff like that with relative ease. So I think that would be kind of cool to see like these like villages with huts and stuff like that. And then you see a large, massive hut with the king sitting in front of the house or inside with torches lit all around him, and him simply not really caring about who's there. Just all these Bullywugs saying like, "Oh, great, you know, random ass name. It is I," and then random ass like really like good sounding name. It's like the Destroyer of Slotty or something like that. It's like, dude, you probably don't even know what Slotty is, you fucking Bullywug. But you know, that'd be really fucking cool. You know, just imagine something like that. The second one, in my opinion, kind of important also. Player characters, which are probably going to be both. You can do either magic related Bullywug, which is going to be so full of himself, possibly a bard, kind of going off of Kyler Black's thing, where it's like truth or lies, or the truth become lies, and something like that. Like truth is lies and lies are truth. So basically, the Bullywug doesn't quite understand that it is casting magic. It doesn't know how it's casting magic. This usually goes in tow with my magic system in my games, where you don't require material components. You just kind of cast it, kind of like Skyrim. That's how I like it anyways. So this campaign that I'm running, I'm actually doing material components. I'm doing all that shit for one character specifically because you want to do it. In the end, I don't really care. It just kind of takes it away from me because most people don't really keep track of that in the first place unless it takes away that material component. So I could care less. As long as you're not abusing the shit out of that, I could care less. So if it's something like it costs like 1,000 gold to do, and I know for a fact you don't have 1,000 gold, you're just not gonna fucking use it. That's just how I see it. So it could be useful, it can be not useful. That's just, again, how I run it. So say you're doing that and you are being the Bullywug. really cool thing is, you're able to go around and, you're talking mad shit and then you magically firebolt. The Bullywug's going to be fucking confused. It doesn't know how it's doing it, but the player knows how. Or, Bard or fucking Sorcerer of random ass bullshit. I forgot what the fuck it was called. Wild Magic. That would be really fucking cool of how it's basically not knowing how it's casting magic, and it still is. Like maybe one in like a couple thousand Bullywugs can cast magic, so it's very rare for this small clique of a community to have spellcasters. So that's just personally me. I thought that'd be cool. Now on the other hand, martial class. I'm imagining the best classes for would probably be Ranger, even though they're kind of like that bastard fucking stepchild, which, I mean, that reminds me of fucking warrant officers of the military. But you don't want to be the redheaded stepchild, basically. You don't want to be sitting there, like being in the in-between thing like the Ranger. The Ranger fucking sucks. We all fucking know it. I kind of see it being like not necessarily a fighter or a barbarian or a monk, for that fact. Basically, try to find it like as a rogue. I can see that. But if you really wanted to make it something really cool, go for your fucking classes that you want. Like imagine a barbarian Bullywug who like gets insulted by the slightest thing because they're egotistical as shit. And it just flies into a rage like a fucking human-sized goddamn thing. I'm 6 foot tall, so or 6'30", so 5'5", 5'7", 5'8", depending on how you want to do with a Bullywug. Like that thing flies into a fucking rage. I'm sorry, if I saw like a 5'7" fucking frog with a spear running at me, yeah, I might be tall, but I'm gonna grab my nearest fucking weapon and hopefully fucking kill it. That's my first instinct. If it's enraged and it's a barbarian, I'm just gonna haul ass after, like, gone. I don't care. Like I don't want to piss off a giant frog. It's kind of terrifying if you think about it in real life. And let alone this thing has a fucking tongue. That thing can trip your ass up. I'm a sprinter. I'm not a fucking long distance runner. I'm going to get like 30 feet away and the next thing I know, I'm fucking getting drugged by a Bullywug. Like, nah, I don't want that shit. That sounds terrifying. Now, you, on the other hand, might be willing to do some shit like that, but I know my fucking abilities. I'm not doing that. I'm a distance fighter. Mainly if a Bullywug's heavier than me, I'm not going to be able to grapple it. If I'm in some sort of ground combat and I'm on top, I might be able to do something. Yeah, I know how to fight a little bit. Doesn't mean I want to fight a fucking frog with slimy skin and a long tongue that can suffocate me while I'm on top of it. I don't want that shit. Like thinking about that from like a commoner standpoint, it's like imagine if a commoner just goes up and insults this thing and it's just like, oh really? And then it's now running across halfway across the town, trying to steer clear of this Bullywug who is literally charging after it with dual axes, ready to rend this motherfucker apart. That'd be funny. Or a fighter where the Bullywug has learned to keep its cool, but something pisses it off, like it gets called a name, like a tadpole or some shit. And then, you use, if you're, say, a fighter, action surge. It gets that brief surge of, like, adrenaline, and it can attack a few more times. That'd be really cool. Instead of hitting harder and, like, basically being able to resist stuff, it's just able to hit more. Action economy, And the monk, I'm not really seeing this for a Bullywug, but you get the kind of like the action economy with the key points. You are able to do dashes and stuff like that with key points, and like you get to use your fists as like legitimate weapons rather than like your fucking strength or whatever. Like it's actually like a D4 plus, which in my opinion, if you want to upgrade that to a D8, I'm all for that. So up to you. But that's just the encounters that I can come up with in like really cool situations that you can do for the Bullywug. So yeah. In my opinion, I'm actually really fucking kind of happy about this video because I wasn't expecting it to go kind of this well, in my opinion anyway. So it's not even necessarily hostile, like it just doesn't take insults. Like this thing has to be praised, I find that fucking hilarious. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe as I bring you guys more D&D content in the future. I don't even remember what the fuck is after the Bullywug, so I think it's a Cambion, so I think I actually remember correctly. So, shit, I'll see you guys in the next video after this uploads. Peace.